Hey, what's up? This is Flylow coming to you with a tutorial. Thanks for viewing this tutorial. It's gonna be a simple tutorial on mixing, nothing too complicated, but let's get to it.
The truth.
Alright, so what we have here is a sample from OPA and it's called Pieces. Not a sample, it's the actual whole song, right? But we're gonna sample the song. Now, I pitched it down to 200 cents because I don't want it to be flagged for copyright. Blatantly simple. So yeah, a lot of people on my Instagram messaged me and they were like, yo, I want to learn how to sample. I need some help with sampling. And I had a poll up between mixing and sampling won by a fucking line, right? So here I came to deliver. And if you ain't following me on Instagram, go ahead and hit me up. My details are down below. I'm posting up polls, and basically how I upload my videos is I let my followers decide. So whatever they need help with, I deliver. So you want to be one of those followers so you can get in and tell me face to face, well, not face to face, but tell me exactly where you're struggling in, and I will surely help you. So let's get to it. So this song by OPA, it's a really vibey song. I don't know who OPA is, but they're really lit. And the first thing you want to do is, you see this bit of silence over here? Wait, just give me 1 second. Hello? Okay, cool. We're recording. You see this bit of silence over here? You want to get rid of that silence. That silence throws off the whole track. But as you can see, when I go to it, it's snapping to the grid, and it's just not letting me go to it. It's like a fucking bastard, you irritating piece of shit. So, what you want to do... See, that was true. So what you want to do is you want to go to this little icon over here, this magnet. You want to go to none, right? Go to none, and you want to go down. Okay, so I'm right at my minimum right here, but if it's like that, just drag it down, and you're gonna zoom in like that. I'm just gonna bring it up by using this little thingy right here. Let me just maximize my screen a little bit, and I'm going to hold shift, and I'm going to drag across the bar that I wanted to cut on. As you can see, it made a nice clean cut, nice clean and pristine. So we're going to get rid of that. Bring the whole sample to the front. Now I'm going to go back to half step because I like working in half step. And as you can see, the sample is not in sync with our playlist. It's not in sync with the grid. So what you want to do is make it in sync. How are we going to make it in sync? You want to figure out the tempo of the sample first. So right click on this little icon here on the top left corner of your sample. Go down to detect tempo. Right, it's gonna detect the tempo, and then a little dialog box will come up like this, giving you some options. I generally like to go to 75 to 150, and what that is the range of the BPM. The BPM range, 75 being the minimum, 150 being the maximum. So it's gonna search the sample in between 75 and 150 to find where the tempo lies. If you click 50 to 100, it's gonna find the BPM between 50 to 100. But I like going to 75 to 150 because it's more like a middle range type of range, and it gives me accurate results. So let's do that. Let it load. By the time this loads, why don't you guys tell me how your day is? My day is going pretty good, I'd say. Pretty good. It's a nice sunny day. The breeze is good. I'm gonna get some head later. Okay, I lie. But okay, so the sample has been detected as 107,720 BPM. Would you like to set the project tempo to this value? Yes, why not? Okay, so it's at 170. Okay, it's still stretching. It's stretching. I'm gonna vape. I just quit smoking, so like, yeah. I'm happy. Okay, as you can see now, it's at 170 and it looks in sync. How you know it's in sync? Look at this big little fucking piece of shit right here. this little sharp peak, right? This is how you want to know this is how you're going to know that your sample is in sync. You look at all the major peaks, right? Like this major peak is starting at 1. This major peak here it's going at 2. And don't be afraid if some of them are not on peak, because that's according to the swing of the song, and not all of them are, right? Like you can see here, this just totally misses it. That just misses it like crazy. So what you want to do is you want to use your metronome, right? And play it and see if it's going according to the beat. So let's do that. It does sound in synced. It sounds really synced. Okay, it sounds synced, so let's work with it. So I'm just gonna cut out this 1 to 5 bar loop here, right? So I'm gonna disable the track, pull everything that I don't need down here, and we're gonna keep that, right? Matter of fact, let's bring this to the top. Okay, cool. So we're working with this little sample right here. Let's see if it correlates here. Oh shit, my phone is ringing. Okay, that sounds really smooth. I like that. I really like that. Now, what I like to do is, well, what are we gonna do? Firstly, I'm gonna put this onto its own mixer track, right? Track it. Now, let me just bring that low. Coolio. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop it up. Now, why I like chopping up samples is because you want to make the sample sound like it's your own. You don't want it to be like any regular shit, right? You want it to sound like it's your own. Now, what I like to use is Slice X for this, right? Slice X. Now, we're going to open up Slice X here. Go into your channel rack right over there. Hit the plus icon. Look for Slice X. Slice X. Okay, cool. Now, I want to make this little piece of material unique so we can transport it into Slice X. So I'm going to make it unique as a sample. Save that. Cool. Now, open up Slice X. Drag that shit in. Where is it? There's it right here. As you can see, it already auto cuts it for me, and I don't like how Slice X does that. It's really annoying. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of all of that. All of this shit needs to go. Okay, cool. All the slices are gone. And before we slice it, this is just an important rule of thumb right here. Right? Before we slice it, I want to find the root note of this. Now, there's many ways to do this. You can do it through Edison, but I suggest doing it through Keyfinder because Keyfinder is just so much easier. So I'm just opening up Keyfinder right here. Right, and you want to drag your audio files into here. Now this is going to tell you the key of your song, what key it is in, so you can add instruments to it and whatnot, and it'll sound cool. So you want to drag it in, run batch analysis, let it do its thing. It's an F minor. F minor. Now I'm gonna show you some tips and tricks here before we start slicing, right? You want to go to here. Okay, let me just delete all of this. Go onto the plus icon again in your channel rack and click on none. This is gonna open up a sampler. Now there's nothing in this shit. Nothing. There's no sound, no instrument, fuck all. You're gonna click and go into piano roll. How did I do that? I need to be more slow. I'm so sorry. Right click on sampler, piano roll. It's already open, so I'm gonna go up over here, view piano roll. Ta-da! It's the motherfucking piano roll. Yay! Okay, so you want to click on the stamp icon right here. It's a circle thingamajiggy, and what it basically is, it gives you a cheat sheet, man. It literally has all the scales you can imagine, all the chords you can imagine, so you don't have to remember any of them. Now remember, we in F minor, so I'm gonna go with melodic minor. There's it right here. Melodic minor chord. Excuse me, a melodic minor scale, and we're gonna put it on F. Okay, that's a little too high. 1, 2, 3. I just press Control and the down arrow key to bring all of it down while it was selected, of course. And I'm just gonna drag this whole thing across like that, just like that. Cut off all the excess by pressing the C button and dragging down like such while holding the shift, right click and hold. Cut out all the excess, or you can just click up here for the slice tool. Now I'm going to just select it and drag it up again to F6. Select it, drag it up. How am I selecting it? I should tell you. You hold down shift, left click and hold on the chord, anywhere in the chord, and just drag up. And when you drag up, please release shift. When you drag up, release shift. So you're holding down shift when you're clicking on it, and when you're dragging up, you release it. Perfect. I'm putting one below as well. So okay, cool. Now this is our cheat sheet. We want to go in to FL. Okay, yeah, FL keys. I'm just gonna leave that open for now. Right now we're gonna slice it up a bit first, right? So you want to go back into slice X. Here's slice X. You want to listen to where you want to make some points, right? It's very important you listen. So right at the beginning, of course, I want a point. Let me just zoom in right here. I'm holding the middle mouse button and dragging the mouse up or down to zoom in and out. So I want a point right there. I'm going to click this little marker add icon right there. It's going to add a marker. Now holding mouse button, zooming out, I want another point right there. Cool. Right now I want one right here. Plus. I want one right here. Plus. If you're wondering how I'm just doing it without listening to it, I'm just looking at the peaks, right? As you get more experienced with sampling, you're going to just realize that every time there's a prominent peak like this, there's a change in the beat, there's a note there. So you want to just you want to just grab all your prominent peaks, but listening to it really helps. Like over here, I wouldn't have noticed, but that's a good chop right there. Right, this one here. Right over here is another one I want. Okay, matter of fact, over here. right over there. That's it. 7 chops is more than enough. Way more than enough. So after you're done with that, you want to go to this little drop down arrow right here. Left click on it. Go click on piano roll. As you can see, it says marker 1, marker 2, marker 3, marker 4, marker 5, marker 6, marker 7. Now, this is all your chops, all your points. So, what you want to do is fuck with it. So, let's just hear how you want to sound. Now, you can use your keyboard as a pad controller. I got a Launchpad Mini, and it works really cool, but it's not velocity sensitive. I'm trying to get a better one. So yeah, I'm gonna use my Launchpad Mini. Here we go. Just fuck around until you get a melody in your head. By doing this, you're creating your own type of sound with the sample. You don't want it to sound generic. You don't want it to sound like every other regular shit. Okay, we're almost out of time here. Almost out of time. Let me just do this quick. I'm trying to make this for 20 minutes. Let's see if we can do it. Going to pattern mode. That sounds really jazzy. Yeah, but I'm wondering why I ain't using my Launchpad. It's because it ain't velocity sensitive. It's like shit. What I like to do is add chops in it, like rolls, right? So here's a little half step roll. And I like that. What I also like to do is, let me just put this into the mixer. I like to use Effectrix a lot. Effectrix is really dope, but if you don't have Effectrix, we'll use Grossbeat, right? Just for you guys' sake. So where's Grossbeat, 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 Grossbeat. Let me go to momentary. I want there to be a little tape stoppy over here, right like that. Let's add some drums to it quickly. I'm using the Halloween as Fuck 2 sound pack from Sound Oracle. He's a damn G. That guy is a damn G. He's a legend. Sound Oracle's the shit, man. It's a very hip-hoppy kick. Let's use a nice snare. This is my favorite snare. Clackerjacks. Clackerjacks. And let's use a nice hi-hat. Just for the siege to What I like to do with my hi-hats is just bring down every second note in note velocity, so it has like a nice swing to it. When you hear Mary had a little lamb in the background, that's my motherfucking phone ringing. The house phone. Just gonna increase the swing a little bit. Hello? Oh shit. Now this sounds dope, right? Now I didn't forget about the FL keys. Let's get there. Remember we said we in F minor, so we're gonna just put out F, right? Excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm a pig. Now what we're basically doing from putting down F, we're going to see where the chord lies, right? So A sharp doesn't sound it. Let's try G sharp. G sharp can go. G can go. Let's try D. Yeah, that goes. Sorry, I'm just laughing about something that popped in my mind earlier. I have a lot of those moments where I just laugh randomly. Oh, that sounded horrible. Holy fuck. So we know A sharp kind of goes. Let's give it a C. We're gonna go to G sharp, E. Nah, it sounds too fucked up. sake of it, we're gonna add another instrument. I love this. I love this plugin so much. Sakura or Sakura. I call it Sakura. It means cherry blossom in Japanese. And yeah, I love this plugin so much. The Sonic Haiku Bank, it's fucking dope. We're gonna use this. What are we gonna use? What are we gonna use? What are we gonna use? Let's use this cello right here. Let's see here. The attack is pretty high here. This really adds to my sound. I like to use string instruments a lot. Your song is basically sampled and ready to go. This is a nice song. I'm actually gonna complete it. I like this. And the next tutorial is gonna be on mixing. So if you wanna see how we're gonna mix this, just let me know. Right? Matter of fact, I'm going to post a short video showing you the basics of how I'm mixing it. And if we hit a certain like goal, now I want nothing more than 20 likes in this video. 20 likes, that's it. 20 likes. If you can give me 20 likes for this video, I will post the mixing video to this beat. That's all. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm Fly Low. Follow me on IG for more info, for more tips, for everything good in the hood. Yeah. So yeah, this is Fly Low. Stay fly low. Keep it cool, keep it good.